Ghost Adventures Horror at Joe Exotic. It's going to be on the Travel Channel Thursday, October 29th at 9 p.m. Let's dive into that. I'm sure I'll have more questions outside of it, but the Horror at Joe Exotic Zoo. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Fill people in, huh?
So, all right, we all, this is a crazy year for everybody. We're going through a lot. I mean, but March hits, right? And all of a sudden, this Joe Exotic show goes on, and everybody gets sucked into it. And I didn't watch it. Somebody was telling me about it, and they told me about the premise of it. I'm like, I don't know. So I started watching it, and I couldn't stop watching it. I mean, it was so like WTF moments. Like,
yes,
I was like, this isn't even real. Like these characters and these stories. I mean, I'm like, okay, is this scripted? This is real? And then fast forward like 3 months, and I saw a TMZ article, and there was something about how like Carol Baskin is getting the zoo after Jeff Lowe. You know about that, right?
Right. Yes.
So I read this headline, and it says Jeff Lowe is happy to give Carol Baskin the Joe Exotic Zoo and all the ghosts that go along with it. And when I watched that show, I always wondered, is there an energy there? Like, is this zoo like cursed and like possessing people to act like this? And I was like, holy crap, like I might be onto something here. So I know somebody, a magician in Vegas, that went there and went on at the zoo, Murray Sawchuk. And I called him and I'm like, hey dude, do you have Jeff Lowe's number? Like I saw this article, and he goes, yeah. So he connected us. I end up talking to Jeff Lowe, and he starts telling all the things that you never heard about hauntings and things like that. And I was like, holy crap, this is like meant to be. Because when I watched it, I saw us there investigating, and no BS. There was a lot of things going on there. I mean, you had an accidental suicide of Travis Maldonado.
Right.
You have a lot of claims. Now, these claims aren't proven. There was a lot of claims about other bad things happening there, like murders, bodies being on the property. And I'm going to tell you right now, those are just claims. Nothing was proven. But that all kind of went into this recipe of all these hauntings. And once we got there, so fast forward, we get there, we show up on the property, and I see like Alan. You remember Alan? Like,
yes, yes.
Dude, I was scared of that guy.
Yeah, me too. I was totally scared.
Shitless of this guy. And I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And like, so, but he was the coolest guy. I just gave him all our craft services, and he was cool with me.
That's funny.
So Alan was there, Eric, and all this. And dude, like once we got there and started interviewing them, and the things that they were telling me, like looking at us right in our eyes and saying, I'm going to tell you something right now. Travis Maldonado sat on my couch for 5 minutes. I don't even believe in this stuff. He sat on my couch for 5 minutes, just days after his accidental suicide. And it just went on and on from there. And when we were there, it was just like the same tone as Tiger King. It was nonstop. And there was all these things popping up and twists and turns. And people are really going to see something. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know this place was haunted. But once
Zach,
we got there,
you put that two and two together. You put that two and together, like that kind of chaotic, crazy energy, the shit that has gone down there. Why wouldn't there be a kind of a collective energy of ghosts?
Yeah, I mean, we're just human bodies walking around this planet, not fully understanding all the mysteries and secrets about our afterlife, about the universe, about everything. And there's different grounds that we don't know what happened on these grounds way before our short little lives. Ancient things. We don't know what energies are there from the peoples that lived on those grounds, and we don't understand their cultures and what they did. So it doesn't matter where those grounds are, but I firmly believe after our investigation that something happened on that land, and then it was magnified and fueled by the horrific things that occurred there with those sacred animals. That only intensified it, angered it, agitated it, and started affecting everybody there. And I cannot believe some of the stuff that happened there. And I'm not just saying that. It was truly unbelievable.